as Greece faces the biggest fire evacuation it has ever faced. The Foreign Office believes up to 10,000 Brits could still be on the island of Rhodes, with many still stranded in Corfu, 600 miles to the east.
Yeah, I mean, just seeing the pictures now, it looks horrific. Rescue flights repatriate families from resorts. Hundreds are sleeping at airports and stadiums and other makeshift shelters. And let's not, of course, forget the thousands of Greek families who call the island their home.
With the latest, travel expert Simon Calder joins us now. Good morning, Simon. Thank you for joining us. So tell us, what is the current situation in Greece? What's going on?
OK, well, we are very much focused on the island of Rhodes, where fires continue to burn in certain parts of the island, mostly in the centre and the southeast. That actually means that, well, according to UK government estimates, 90% of the island is actually safe to be in. Now, I'm not going to hop on a plane there tomorrow because I don't want to add to the pressure on the island's infrastructure while people are being evacuated. And remember, many of those holidaymakers were just enjoying their much needed break, and then the next minute they were being told to run for their lives with whatever possessions they could grab along the way. Really stressful, awful scenes. Terribly exhausting. And well, the good news is that I counted 26 flights out of Rhodes yesterday, carrying up to 5,000 people. So most of the people, I think, who want to get out are going to, by about midnight tonight, be on their way home, and with some shocking stories to tell. But tourism continues there. I've just actually been looking at the holiday companies. TUI is selling holidays from this coming Saturday. It's cancelled everything up until Friday, but if you want to go, there's holidays on offer to the north coast between the airport and Rhodes town. EasyJet's got a really cheap deal available on Sunday, £347, flying out to a similar area for a week from Gatwick on Sunday, and then Jet2, which is cancelling everything up until Sunday, is offering holidays again from Monday. And the thing is that if you are booked to travel, the operators are saying business as usual. The Foreign Office advice is stopping well short of saying do not travel to Rhodes. It's saying basically take care out there, but there is no ban on travel. That means there is no automatic right to get your money back.
So, as an expert, Simon, as someone that cares passionately about the communities and the industries you support and you visit, what would be your take on that? Because you said you wouldn't be going out there because of the pressure on the infrastructure, but at the same time, you know, you want the local economies to keep doing well, and as you were saying, that 90% of the island remains unaffected. So, do you think people should be going or shouldn't be going?
Well, look, everybody has to make their own decision. And of course, it's really difficult if you have thousands of pounds at stake that you've already handed over. But if I can try to offer some reassurance to people, your holiday will only go ahead if the company can provide you with a safe holiday. That, of course, is number one. And secondly, an enjoyable holiday. If the situation at the resort is going to be so extreme that you're not actually going to be able to have a meaningful and relaxing break, then according to the package travel regulations, you have the right to cancel. There will, of course, be many, many kind of grey areas in this, but I would be very happy to set off this weekend to go to Rhodes, because I believe by then the pressure will be off. The Greek Prime Minister yesterday said they've got a few more days of very high temperatures. And then once things have calmed down, I wouldn't be taking up a hotel room that somebody else might need, because they will all have flown out. And yes, we've heard great stories across the media of how incredible the local people on the island have been, many of whom have their homes at risk, their livelihoods, and yet they've been doing everything they can to help and protect visitors to the island. So I would most certainly be going back there. I absolutely sympathise with those who are feeling apprehensive, but honestly, my view is that your holiday that you've been looking forward to for months will be able to go ahead safely as long as it's in one of the areas that's unaffected. And that actually covers most of the island and popular resorts such as Faliraki.
Thank you, Simon.
Thank you, Simon.
Thanks for your time. And, of course, we send our love and our best to all the people in Rhodes and Corfu and, obviously, further afield in Sicily as well. We can go live now to Ian Welton and Alex Bond. They're currently in Rhodes with their family. Thanks so much for joining us, guys. Really appreciate it. So, you know, you've got first-hand experience here. So tell us, I guess, what happened? Your holiday started off, like, regularly, and then how quickly did it descend into this chaos that we see on the television?
Yeah, well, we booked a holiday last year because we've got, there's 10 people in our party and there's 3 wedding anniversaries being celebrated. So there's a 50th, 20th and a 10th wedding anniversary. So there's a party of 10 with 4 children. And we arrived on Thursday and, you know, Couch started the holiday, everything was going fine, spent the day on the beach. And then on the Friday evening, we were eating dinner outside in the resort we were in, and we could get little bits of ash was falling down onto our food and on our clothes. We spoke to the hotel, said, you know, is this okay? Is this something to be concerned about? We know there's some fires up in the mountains. And they said, no, it's fine.
Kept reassuring us.
Kept reassuring us, not a problem. Carry on, and went to bed. Next morning, got up, spoke to one of the waitresses as I was walking down to the beach. And she said the wind had changed direction. They're hoping it's not going to be any sort of issues, but, you know, carry on enjoying. If there's any problems, they'll let us know. So we carried on with our holiday, sat on the beach and watched the plumes of smoke get bigger and bigger and bigger.
And the children were starting to go, again, a little bit more concerned and saying, Mummy, and is it okay? And, you know, obviously as parents, you keep reassuring your children, don't you? You know, it's fine. But as parents, you start to worry a little bit more and look to each other going, is it okay? Is it okay? And
yeah, we went several times to the hotel and said, is it okay? Do we need to do anything? And they were constantly, no, you're fine. Don't worry. At the moment, you're fine. Until we were literally just go down to the beach, grab what you can, an overnight bag, and get down to the beach. 2 hours. Yeah, we were told to get a bag you'll need for 2 hours. Wow. So we just grabbed a t-shirt, really flip-flops and swimwear, and left passports behind in the room. And then as we got down to the beach, we were told to start walking, get out the area.
So how far did you have to walk? How many miles was it? And obviously you've got elderly people in your party as well. You've got children. I mean, how difficult was that? How far was you walking?
We walked for about 2.5 hours. I'm unsure of the actual distance, but it was about 2.5 hours. So we had, my youngest daughter is 4. Yeah. And eldest, my mother-in-law and father-in-law in their 70s. Oh, so goodness. As you can imagine, my 4-year-old was, you know, she travelled some of the way on my in-law's suitcase. My husband we propped her on it and sort of pulled it along. And we threw her over shoulders, or, you know, they just had to walk. And there were babies in pushchairs, and you just followed like sheep. You just followed the person in front of you. But the worry was, and I think a lot of people were worried, that you were going to be crushed because there were masses of people and you just followed like sheep and you kept going, as that's all you could do. There was nobody there to tell you otherwise. Oh, the local people were incredible. You stopped, they offered you hose pipes to wet your heads. Yeah. They offered you bottles of water at the side of the road.
Yes, when we actually got up.
What's the situation now?
Yes, so once we finally was evacuated, we on bus, the hotel put on a bus, and we came into. So we were just outside between Faliraki and Rhodes in one of the sister hotels. We spent 2 nights on the floor in the hotel lobby on some bed mattresses, and then thankfully with the help of the hotel and this morning speaking to a holiday company, we were given a room. So now we're actually quite lucky, and we've got rooms in the hotel, which is largely down to people not coming over, because people haven't come over. They freed up hotel rooms over here, so to give people who were evacuated somewhere to stay.
Ian, Alex, this is just a horrendous story, but I'm just so glad you're safe. And thank you for sharing your story, letting us know what's going on the ground.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Best wishes and safe home as well.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Send our best wishes to everybody out there that haven't been as lucky as we are, because there are so many people out there still without a room.
Yeah,
and with young
Alex.
children.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the quicker they can get people home, the better.
So thank you very much.
Thanks
No
for sharing
problem.
your story
Thank
with
you.
us. Best wishes, guys.
Take care.
Wow.
Awful.
It didn't